Let's start in restorative bridge. And if you want to go one flat block or two flat blocks, either one, and you can test it out. Trying for one, maybe going for two. Two is kind of a lot, so yeah. And then just a little gentle movement of your shoulders away from your ears. Back of your skull into the ground, eyes get to close. And breath gets to slow. Going right to that pattern of in your nose and out of your mouth. Allowing your breath to become your focus this morning. Softening your jaw, tongue, shoulders, and belly. Allowing that soft rise and fall of your belly up and down. Allowing the weight of your lower back to release and flush out into the block. Noticing where exactly your mind wants to focus this morning. And gently guiding it to or back to your breath. Go ahead and walk your feet a little wider and bring your knees in to touch together. And if they float apart a little bit, no big deal. They don't have to stay touching the whole time. And then letting your knees separate. Extending your right leg all the way out down to the ground, heel on the floor. And let your foot hang off to the side. Breathing into that front right portion of your hip and your hip flexor. Notice if you want or need to move the block a little lower so you don't have a huge scoop in your lower back. Just giving yourself time and breath. Ease in and out. Next inhale, very slowly begin to bend your knee, lightly drag your heel back. So you're in that restorative bridge. And then inhale to your left leg. Foot relax out to the side. And if it feels nice, you can always take your other foot wider. That feels more supportive. Inhale and exhale. Shoulders down away from your ears. Breath in through your nose and all the way down to your belly. Go ahead and keep your left leg out. Add your right leg back in again. Unless that feels like it's too much pressure on your lower back, you can just stay with the one leg. Maybe test out this reverse mountain, both legs. It can be helpful to flex both ankles. So there's just a little bit of activity in your lower body to protect your lower back. And then you can notice if you do relax your feet, how it can put a little bit of pressure at your lower spine. So then again, activate through your ankles, your arch, just flexing. 3 more breaths. Slowly begin to bring in your left foot first. Pause. Right foot second. Pause. And then letting the block stay in that lower position, lowest height. Knees come up right above your hips. Legs extend up towards the ceiling. Good. Little point and flex through your ankles. Getting your lower back to really meld into the block. And then let your feet windshield wipers side to side. Good. Wiggle your upper arms a little closer down by your waist. Arms extended, palms lightly resting on the ground. Breath in and out. One more inhale. Exhale, allowing your knees to bend, feet to find the ground at the exact same time as best as you can. Lifting up through your hips, just holding a little bit of an active bridge for a moment. Gaze straight up to the ceiling. You can just leave your palms flat to the ground and interlace your fingers. Just use your glutes to keep your hips light and lifted. Using your glutes to also release your hip flexors. Unlock your jaw. And then move the block out of the way. Roll yourself down. Really peel your shoulder blades, middle back, lower back, all the way down. Good. Feet as wide as the mat. One knee at a time. So begin with your right knee, bring it in towards the center, and then back to the ceiling. So it's like it's going into constructive rest and then center. And you can go a little bit farther, letting your foot peel up off the floor. So you're just doing your right leg into the center, up to the ceiling. Good. Right leg up. Now, just your right leg. Bring your foot in a little bit more towards the middle. Right leg out as if you're going into half butterfly, and then up. Out to the side and up. To the side, to the ceiling. It doesn't need to be all the way into half butterfly, but just towards that general direction. Last one. And then knee up, walk your right foot out. Go with your left leg into the middle, up to the ceiling. Wiggle around through your shoulders a little bit. So just allowing your back body to feel completely held by the ground. Letting it hold you up. Good. One more in and out with your left knee. And then walking your left foot a little bit more to the middle, out to the side, up to the ceiling. Just to move around into this hip, letting the seam of your sacrum get some attention. So your lower back also feels nice and settled. Two more, left leg, half butterfly, and then up. Good. Now, both feet in, toes touching all the way together. Go halfway to half butterfly, and then exhale, knees up. Halfway to half butterfly, and up. So you can start to do that a little bit more and more, 3/4, whatever your 3/4 butterfly is. Notice if the middle portion of your back is starting to come up excessively off the floor, just to keep a little bit of that engagement of your belly down towards your spine. Good. Now, find your butterfly, separate your feet, keep your right leg where it is, and you're going to take your left leg up and over so you end up in pinwheel deer pose on your back. So, Candace, take your left leg behind you so your right, the bottom of your right foot is more on the top of your thigh.
Yes.
So, yeah. There you go. Okay, you're going right leg, so I'm gonna switch so we're doing the same. Good. Take your left foot up and over your outer right knee. Breathe right in. So you should feel that a little bit in your hip flexor, but also in the side of your hip. Exhale, bring your right knee up towards the ceiling, figure 4, and then over to the right side. Yeah. Then we're going to go between those two spaces. Exhale, right knee up and over, bringing it down. Exhale, up and over, back to that right side. So go at your own pace, up and over between that assisted pinwheel and that twist to the side. Getting at the outer edges of your hips, but also some nice, gentle massaging of your lower back. Last one each way. And then go ahead and leave your legs over to the right side with your left foot flat. Lift up your left foot. Now you're going to take that pinwheel shape on the other side so your right foot comes up and over. Yep, you got it. Right foot on your right ankle on your outer left knee. Feel your left hip flexor. Your left side, left psoas. Flexor your left foot a little more. And we'll go up and over to the left side. Soften down into the twist. And then up and over. Back to the middle, over to the right side. In between those two spaces on your own inhale and exhale. Noticing how your right glute feels as you go side to side. Wiggle around, shimmy through your shoulders. And take two more, all the way side to side. And then up and over to the left side, so your right foot is flat. Unwind and put your right leg behind you, so you're walking your foot behind you, so you come back into that pinwheel shape. Yeah. It's a different way to get at your hip flexor and a little bit into your quad. Exhale, both legs up. Right foot out into butterfly. Left leg in bridge pose. So your feet are right next to each other, so you can feel the bottom of your right foot right next to the big toe side of your left foot. You're going to press up into bridge, but up and out to a right diagonal. So you're going to lift up, press into bridge towards that top right corner. Exhale, roll down. Take your left leg into butterfly, right leg into bridge. Inhale, lift up to the top left corner. Exhale, roll down and go side to side. So it's that bridge that's great for your hip flexors. But when you change the angle, just getting it a little bit differently, switching it up. And still try to do your best to lower down upper back, middle back. So kind of like you're going into cat pose, flexing your spine as you roll your way down. And you can always take a pit stop up or a pit stop down with your back on the ground. So we're going to do this for just about another 30 seconds. Take your time. Breath in and breath out. Go ahead and even it out. So finish it up one side and the other. Extend your left leg forward. Hug your right knee a little bit up and in towards your chest. Now flex your left foot so you feel a little bit more in your left hip flexor. And then switch, bringing your left knee in, right leg extended. Really pressing out through your right foot. And then using your left leg, rounding your way up. So you're going to press forward with your foot. So you're going from there back, up and over. And we're just going to go right into downward facing dog with your hands on the blocks. So a little grip with your pinky fingers and thumbs, finding your space, knees bent. Arms reaching. Some nice, easy, small circles in your neck. Maybe making those same small, easy circles in your jaw. Enjoying your downward facing dog this morning, reaching your sitting bones up and back. Good. Inhale, knees down. Exhale, wide child toes, forehead on a block. Or you can always take both blocks, kind of stack them one in front of the other. It's like a block bolster. It's not as soft, but it can help. And turning your head to one side so it's a little easier to breathe. Expanding your breath into your lower back. Go ahead, exhale, turn your head to the other side. Allowing your breath to continue towards your lower back. And slowly lifting yourself up, turning your blocks onto their second highest heights. Towards the top of your mat as you come into a supported back bend. So inner armpits on the blocks as you walk your knees back, belly down. And just arms out to the side. And forehead down. Start to reach your legs back a little farther so you can tuck your right toes, extend your right leg all the way into your hip flexor, and then untuck your right toes. Tuck your left toes, extend your leg, and then untucking your toes. Good, just allow your breath to still be in your lower back from child's pose, but also into your upper back, traps shoulder blades. Might even feel good to bend your knees. Just let your feet hang. And then same thing you did with your feet, you're gonna do with your knees. So you're gonna pick up your right thigh, reach back with your right knee, set your right leg down, pick up your left thigh, reach back a little bit more, and then knees down. Very slight windshield wiper side to side, thigh to thigh. And then feet up, walking your knees wide out towards the mat, so as wide as you can. Edges of the mat, big toes together, even your feet together, butterfly on your belly. Yep, so starting to let the big toe sides of your feet descend. So this is the point where it feels like enough. It's easy to go too far too fast. Just keep it slow and simple. Open and close your jaw a few times, just checking back in with your face. And then releasing your feet, lifting them back up, bringing your knees a little closer back together. Sliding your blocks out to the side, interlacing your fingers at your lower back. So it's going to feel like a little bit of a bow pose, reaching your knuckles back towards your heels as they're lifted. Just to get that nice little opening energy in your chest, all still while letting your hip flexors relax. So bend your knees. And then lift up like you would in locust pose, arms back, chest up, there you go. And then hands levitate just a little bit from your glutes. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, release it down, hands under your armpits. Press up and back to a little bit more narrow child's pose. And forearms stacking, one on top of the other. Head resting. Breath moving in and out. Take your time, inhale, come into tabletop. Exhale, downward dog without blocks. If you want them, no, they're there, you can take them. Widen your feet. Heavy with your skull. And feel like the mat's moving in two directions. So you're pressing and reaching your hands forward. And you're pressing and reaching your feet back. So like you're going to pull the mat like a piece of taffy. Allow your breath in and allow it right back out.
Hey, can you get hard at the garage?
One more inhale.
Wait, something at school we went.
Exhale, knees down. He's ready. He's ready to go. He's ready for the day.
Go tell Daddy that Heart's in the garage and get dressed.
Good. So take 3 more breaths.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And then when you're ready, knees back down. Sit back onto your heels, so shoulders right above your hips. Move around a little bit. And then still through your shoulders. Just gonna stay here for 3 breaths. Eyes can close or stay gently open. When you're ready, sit off to the side. Take both legs out in front. And we're gonna come back onto our spines. Nice and easy, rolling down, hugging your knees up and in. Rocking side to side. And then choose one more bridge pose, with or without a block. Lifting up. Again, it doesn't have to be as intense with your arms today. Just focusing more on lifting into your hips. Breathing into your lower belly all the way down into your hip flexors. So as quads. So your lower back can be supported. Glutes together. One more inhale. Exhale, peel it on down, release your arms. It's okay to take a deep breath and a pause when your lower back gets to the ground. And you might need to lean to the side. We're going to use both blocks for butterfly shavasana today. So take your time, get your blocks. Anything else? You want a blanket under your head. Feet together, blocks at an angle. So you're more on that long rectangle of the block, outer edges of your thighs and knees. Maybe your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your heart. Make sure the blocks feel stable so they're not going to move on you. Elbows can go a little wider. Hands rest just ever so softly. Breath cools down, slows down, and is taken over by your body. So less thinking about breathing, and more of just allowing it to happen. Eyes closed. Jaw down. Just allowing some collective moments to rest. Notice if you feel resistance anywhere physically in your body. Either use an exhale or a little bit of movement to let that space release down. When you're ready, feel your breath with a little bit more attention in and out. Release your hands down by by your sides, maybe find your blocks ever so gently. Lift your knees and set the blocks off to the sides. Roll over, take your time onto your right side. Right arm as a pillow. Using your left hand, pulling yourself up with a little press there. And into a final seated pose. That's tall but comfortable. Eyes softly closed. So as your spine is reaching up, your sits bones are grounding down. And your hands come in the middle, right in front of your heart. Taking this last moment to thank yourself for carving out the time this morning. Give your body the attention, the breath, and the rest that it needs. Take one breath together, in and out. Head drops down to your heart. Another moment to just pause. Be grateful for this practice and this time. And thank you so much again for allowing me and trusting me to guide you. When you're ready, release your hands, open your eyes.